welcome all who are weary and heavy laden to BeanSmash Recap, Age of Darkness Eclipse. Lucas freaking won again. It was ugly. Let's get in there and figure out what went wrong. Lucas pulled in another win this week. It was a nail biter that went to 20 games. Once again, back-to-back weeks all the way out to 20 games. You can see that we've lost our Comic Sans font and some color saturation has been lost once again as Lucas's victory has eclipsed last week's joyous draw between Aaron and myself. For overall win count, we have Lucas and Aaron still within 10 wins of each other, and I am continuing to creep up on Ben as we are now within 5 wins of each other, despite being more than 25 wins removed from the other two overall, just having our own little party down there in 3rd and 4th place. Now, I mentioned it was a close call this week. Let's take a look at how it actually went down. This is a new chart I've made, and I'm excited about it. It's a stacked area chart. It shows the percent of total win share round by round throughout the course of the tournament. So you can see Ben won in round 1. I'll get my mouse up here so you can see. Ben won in round 1. First time ever winning in round 1. Congrats to Ben. And after that, it becomes really a back and forth battle between Aaron and Lucas as Ben and I continue to lose each round. About midway through the night, Ben gets his 2nd win. And I finally enter the conversation, end up with more wins than Ben by the end, and jointly speaking, our efforts aren't enough to stave off Lucas, who has a big surge in rounds 14 through 17 right here, in which I failed to clutch wins multiple times. I think 3 out of 4 of those games, it was mano-a-mano, me and Lucas at the end, and I couldn't clutch. So could have very easily been a different outcome. Aaron at 7, Lucas at 8, but that is how the cookie crumbled. I really like. I'll see if I can figure out a better way, an even better way to show this. But I really like seeing the progress of the actual evening of play. So we'll try to do that more often. Obviously, on the historical timeline, we're still in search of the Chosen One. Age of Darkness continues, just as I told you all back at the beginning of September. And then on the Signs Importance front, the Oracles have just fallen silent after last week. I'm thinking we iced them all out maybe by canceling because Ben had to go to the Red Rock Canyon. Hopefully we can get back on track this coming Monday with back-to-back Mondays, maybe giving some of us a little edge over Lucas. I don't know, just making crap up at this point. Anyway, let's go ahead and head over to our BeanSmash Recap. It's a recap within a recap wherein we recollect and express gratitude for the grain-based alcoholic beverages provided each week by members of our generous community. We are sponsored in part, as always, by the Peace Tea for Aaron Foundation. Each one you buy is a bullet in the barrel of your best guy's gun. This past week, we enjoyed an old favorite, New Belgium 1554 Enlightened Dark Ale, brought to us by Lucas. Thank you, Lucas. New Belgium is an all-around favorite of mine. Brewed in Asheville, North Carolina, I think originally out of Boulder, Colorado. They never really miss as far as I'm concerned, and 1554 is a part of their esteemed Belgian collection, along with the Honey Orange Tripel and I think some other limited smaller batch stuff, which just gives you the added bonus of feeling just a little bit more premium, just a little bit more fancy as you enjoy a truly baller beverage. I have next Monday covered with a little surprise from Zool. Looking forward to tossing one back with you gentlemen on Monday next week. All right, so the mains lists didn't change much this week. We've fallen into kind of a pattern, and we've been looking at those charts for a little while now. and thought about it, and I decided to kind of take a step back, simplify things, and just say who are our best characters, regardless of how often we draft or play with them. And so that's what this table is all about, really. There's no surprises here, I don't think, but I believe it's important to look at these in this kind of simplified way every once in a while, just to kind of reset. So these are everyone's 4 best characters by count of wins. It worked out that most of us had a couple of ties in like our top 3, so that's why everybody's got 4. And just taking a look here, Aaron with Hero, Pyra and Mithra, Min Min, Falco. Nothing you didn't see coming here. Ben, We Fit Trainer, of course, Duck Hunt being his top 2, tied at however many wins is there. Those are a 2-way tie. And then Kirby and Banjo and Kazooie also tied up. I think Aaron was a similar boat. Tied for first place between Hero, Pyra, and Mithra. Tie for second, or tie for third, I suppose. Min Min and Falco. For me, Samus, Captain Falcon, Ness, Ike. Characters I like to play, and now I'm actually winning with them on occasion. Whoop-de-doo. And then no surprises here either. Lucas, Piranha Plant, Incineroar, Pac-Man. Gotta do something about Lucas playing Lucas and Lucas playing Piranha Plant. Things go better for us, and there's a chart I didn't include here, but I'll include it next week if we can figure things out. That Piranha Plant, when Lucas drafts Piranha Plant, things go poorly for us. When Lucas drafts Lucas, things go poorly for us. Seems preventable. Let's figure that out on Monday. In a similar vein, I wanted to talk about stages or levels, which Lucas mentioned on Monday that he got a lot out of these kinds of insights. So I just thought I'd put it right up here, plain and simple. These are the stages over on the column on the left. There's 9 of them. The stages that we play every week, or have played every week since we have been recording the stages that we play on. And then we've got the player or players who wins there most often, and the character who wins there most often. Now, I'm not going to try to read through all of this, but the first thing to note here is that by and large, the levels we play the most frequently are kind of spread across the player base. It's not like we pick these 9 levels and one person wins them every freaking time. Aaron has a slight edge. I think he's the winningest, he's the winningest player or tied for winningest on 5 out of these 9 levels. 3 of those are ties with other players. So it kind of evens out a little bit there. The exception to the rule is Ben, who you see come up only once down on Flat Zone X, tied with me at 2 wins on Flat Zone X in the last 5 tournaments. Even though Ben has notched more wins than me, they've been spread out across more levels from what I could tell just in these last 5 tournaments of data, which is why Ben shouldn't complain when we pick out new levels to try every once in a while. Also noteworthy, you can see on more than half of these stages, right? Yeah, 5 out of 9 of these stages, no character has won there more than once, resulting in a 5-way tie. So Dojo, King of Fighters, we've played it every tournament for the last 5 tournaments, and there have been no repeat characters who have been victors on that level. Same with Tower, Gerudo Valley, Corneria. So yeah, we've been recording levels for 5 tournaments, and we have 5-way ties. So that's kind of a little serendipitous thing. Of the other 4 that do have a winner listed here, a winning character listed here, most of these, Samus, Piranha Plant, We Fit, Samus, Piranha Plant, and We Fit have only got 2 wins apiece on each of those levels, so they're just barely edging out the competition. Really, the only exception that's listed here is Great Bay, on which Lucas, playing Lucas, has won 4 out of 5 times in the last 5 tournaments. So that's pretty key insight when combined with the previous slide. We can prevent this through strategic draft choices. Let's just not let this happen again. Because when Lucas plays Lucas on Great Bay, he wins. Probably the same on Tortimer Island. We haven't played Tortimer Island in a bit. But best to continue that and maybe steer away from Great Bay as well, so that Lucas doesn't turn us into ice and cast us into oblivion. And speaking of oblivion, it's time to put this one in the books. So with that, I will take my leave. We all do continue to await the arrival of the Chosen One, who will restore balance to BeanSmash. And until that time, I say unto you, dear traveler, deuces.